Patriots and the Arizona Cardinals. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fielded right around the 8. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Now Jones. This one swung outside to Strong. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Throwing, Jones. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 17-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Parker's got it for a Patriots touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, take 26. Get 300.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But there are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now stands at 13. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Pats will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him early, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Here's Moore on the return. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. On play action, now Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Cardinals hit 9-3 here on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. This is taken in by McBride. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
His pass caught at the 4. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Aaron Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals are back within a score. Prater for the extra point. And it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Second and 9. Jones. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
On third down, Jones. And that is incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, he's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Tyquan Thornton. 74 yards. And the Patriots have moved out in front. So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Match it all the way in and tuck it away.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going?
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Here's Rodgers to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point good by Prater. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, ready to go. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off play action. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try to right side with Harris. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And they will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. He's got a man complete. And some room to work. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Meanwhile, Rodgers throw complete there to Moore. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play.
That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Cardinals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all of it. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. Now, that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. But, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now a second down and 6. Off the play fake. Jones. And he gets this to Thornton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's Jones on first down. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Jones throwing complete for Harris. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to... They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw again. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers able to get this one to McBride. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers flush to his right. Man open, here is Jones. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Rodgers now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. To throw is Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. That's a pretty tall order here in the fourth quarter.
Agreed, because they really needed to come up with a stop there, and even if it was just to hold them to a field goal. Now they need to pull out the lucky horseshoe because they've got to get an onside kick. And we've seen nowadays those are incredibly difficult to come back.
And not to mention they've got to get the touchdown and a 2-point conversion first. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Jones. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Jones. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Patriots send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. But they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. A solid stiff arm. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Andy Lee now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Throwing Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
One back in the game, that's Jones, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it again. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. You know, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatum. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'ma on them, just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat it.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I